Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing LEGO set number 40567, Forest Hideout. It's got 258 pieces, 2 minifigures, and this was a gift with purchases of $150 or more at LEGO stores or LEGO Shop at Home in June of 2022 and then again in August 2022. This was created to celebrate 90 years of LEGO. It is a throwback castle set, and it doesn't necessarily connect to, but it does kind of go along with the new Lion Knight's castle that just released in August. Here's our first Forestman minifigure. I really like the torso. It's very classic. It's a little bit simple, but it's not like as simple as it would have been back in whenever these sets first came out, like the 70s or 80s. So I do like the print quite a bit. I also like that face print. I don't think it's new, but I'm not super familiar with it. He's wearing a quiver and he's holding a bow and arrow, and he does have that classic Forestman hat piece with a red feather in it. He's accompanied by a little bullseye target, which I'm showing now because it's not really worth doing a whole section on just this tiny little side build, but I do like the way it's been constructed. This is a printed target piece, and then you've got these stud with bar pieces that you can angle around, as well as one of those clip parts as the third leg. And here's our second Forestman minifigure. Same torso print, no leg print on either of these guys, but I think that looks fine. I really like the hairpiece that they've used on her, and she does give you guys a better look at the back print. No alternate face, unfortunately, and she does have this kind of like broadsword piece, which I think is a little bit big. I don't really think it fits the aesthetic. First of all, I don't really expect Forestman people to be using big swords like that. It just seems really heavy, and I would have preferred if she also had a bow and arrow or just like daggers or something. The build itself looks really nice. This is a black tree with a fort built into it. It's got a lot of vegetation, so that's really cool, but what's even cooler is that you can display it like this with the two halves facing outwards, or you can swing it closed to create kind of like an enclosed little treehouse style fort, and I really like that feature. Down at the base, you have a little bit of vegetation. All of the tree branches are on these kind of like curved elephant trunk pieces or elephant tusk pieces. I think that works pretty well. I do like the bend. They look a little bit like awkwardly smooth, but it's not a big deal. And then you've got two printed shields, which look really good. They've got a deer head on them, and I believe these also come in the Lion Knight's castle set as well. You've got a little mushroom at the base here. I really wish LEGO would bring back the printed mushroom top piece because I think that one just looked way better. And then as you can see, the sides of the tree are very glossy black, like you can see reflections in them. And I think that it looks pretty good. It's well rounded. You've also got a bunch of round bricks on this side. You've got a holding place for a spear. And I love seeing this classic tree piece in here as well because that's not used very often anymore. You've also got some flowers down here, a little entrance into the tree at the base, which I think looks fantastic. And then continuing around the side, you've just got some more leaves and then the hinges to get in. The top half of the set is a lot more interesting. There are some pretty cool, like, kind of just details built into the walls here. A lot of these 1x2 rounded plates are used, which just breaks up like the wall of flat bricks, which I think was a nice touch. And then the fort itself looks really nice. I like the brickwork a lot, like on all sides. I like the use of the black palisade bricks to give it a little bit of a better look. And then there's just 1x3 arches making up the windows. That's kind of hard to see when it's just opening into blackness like that, but when it's opened up, you can see the light a lot better through the windows. There's also a bunch of vegetation everywhere, which looks really good. Like this does look like a real tree. Sometimes LEGO trees don't have enough leaves on them, but I think that these look perfect, and you can angle them in and out, and you can move them like a little bit side to side, but I prefer to keep them like tucked close to the fort so that it looks like the fort is really growing like out of the tree. I also like the stepped like kind of roof edges here using more palisade bricks. There is a little red flag, and then you've got the bright blue roof, which I believe these are all the classic colors of the old Forestman theme. I don't have any sets from that era. I didn't really look into it before this video, but you can lift and open that roof if you want to, which I think is another nice touch. The top of the tree in particular looks great. LEGO has used this technique on other sets before, but they've basically attached handlebar pieces from LEGO Friends, and they're using that as the tree branches, which works really well. More of those curved bits, and then we do have like one of those newer like tube-like curved pieces with more branches coming out of the top. So everything here just looks fantastic. I really like this technique that LEGO uses for the tree branches now. because it does like kind of cluster them closer together and it just makes them look more natural in a way. Now, to get to the inside, minifigures access it through this little hole in the tree, but it's kind of hard to see in there since everything is just kind of black on black. But opening it up, you can see a little entryway in the bottom and then a ladder that brings you up to the second level. And this is just like a little outpost section, so you can just stand there and, you know, be looking out. And I bet you could probably try to shoot arrows through these windows as well. And then on the second level, like towards the back, you've got this little barrel. And if I just pull it out, once you pop open this barrel, you will find some gold coins in there. I do wish LEGO would bring back the actual gold coin piece because they haven't used like those kind of chromy gold coin pieces in a really long time. But I think that studs are, they're an okay substitute. I just think that the coin pieces themselves were cooler. That about does it for the build. It's a really nice display piece, but there's not too much you can do with it. There is plenty of space to pose the figures around the base though, and that's something that I really appreciate because I want to be able to scatter them around and not just have them inside. Here are the extra pieces. The boxes for these 90th anniversary sets are actually super cool because they're meant to look like the boxes from back in the day when these sets first came out. So you've got the name in a little stripe across the top left corner, the 90th logo down there. And I just really like the yellow look of this. This is an 18+ set, but yeah, I'm really glad it's not on just a boring black box. The instruction manual has a similar design, but it's actually vertical, which I guess kind of surprised me, even though it really shouldn't have. But there's no advertisements or anything, nothing for the castle set, which makes sense because this was released in June before the castle was revealed. But something weird is that you go from an image of the set to the parts inventory to another image of the set, which I've never seen in a LEGO manual before. This is an excellent set. I really like it. I think that it's easily one of the best gift with purchase sets LEGO has ever done. It's so good that I wish it wasn't a gift with purchase. I wish that they had just sold this for $20, $25 at retail because I think a lot of people would have bought it. I think it would have sold extremely well. So yeah, that's kind of a shame because more LEGO Castle sets are very much needed, I think. And locking a set this good behind a $150 gift with purchase threshold is really disappointing. And that threshold is way too high. LEGO's gift with purchase thresholds have been getting too high for like the last year or so. But yeah, this should have been a free gift with, I think, purchases of 120 or more. 100 might be a little bit low since this is a really big like free set. Like this thing is sizable. I mean, look at it compared to the size of a minifigure. But 150 I think is just too high. So I really hope that if you don't have this set already, it'll be like easy for you to get. I know there was a lot of stock, but I still think these are selling for like $30 to $40 online. And honestly, $40 would be a little bit steep, but I think if you can find this for 30 or 35, it's well worth the money. And I can't wait to display it next to my Lion Knights castle. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.